going on, everybody? Welcome to the first episode of GOAT Talk. Before we get into everything, let me introduce the team real quick. On this end of the table, we got Andrew. On the other end of the table, we got Justin. We got Dave in the middle, and I am Joey. To jump into it, do a quick recap of sports of the week. In my opinion, one of the biggest, if not the biggest news in sports this week was Tom Brady retiring. As a huge Bills fan, I'm so happy to see him go, with him torching my life for 22 years. Even this past year, him on the Bucs. We had a great game. We came all the way back to him beating us in overtime. But I mean, also as a humble football fan, hats off to what Brady did with his career, and congratulations, Tom.
Gotta be. Yeah. He's gotta be the GOAT.
I
like it.
It is. It hurts to say, but he's got to be.
When it comes to GOAT talk, dude, he's gotta be the GOAT.
Oh yeah, 100%. There's no one.
I don't see any other quarterback touching his records.
Oh yeah, no.
Especially 7 rings. Like,
do you think Aaron Rodgers has a chance to possibly pass him?
His career is towards the end. Maybe if he was younger, I think. Even like you talk about the young guns now, Mahomes, Herbert, Lamar, even my boy Josh Allen. I don't think any of them come close to Brady.
Yeah, I think Brady was just a special case of. It's just crazy what he did, just winning non-stop, no matter where he went. I think his last test has to be he should come back out of retirement, go to the Jets, bring us real quick. Because if he wins the Super Bowl for the Jets, then that's just.
All right, ready? So how do you feel on what Brady said about Lamar? About Lamar being like the next.
I don't believe that. I don't even think.
I personally don't believe it either.
I don't think he's the best young gun quarterback in the league. Mahomes is better than him. Allen's better than him. Herbert's better than him. Joe Burrow's better than him.
Stafford's
young, but he's towards the end of his career. I'm talking about the young guns, the future of this league.
Joe Burrow's going to be a problem for a while.
The AFC is going to be so competitive for years to come.
Oh, yeah.
If Rodgers leaves, I could only hope he doesn't go to Denver.
Yeah.
We already have so much competition.
I think it's a top spot for him.
Yeah, it is. Or even Nashville. He bought a piece of land in Nashville. He bought a country home in Nashville. He's open to going to the Titans. Yeah. We don't need him. We have so much competition in the AFC.
You don't see Rodgers going to Pittsburgh at all?
I thought about it, but
that'd be I mean, Pittsburgh automatically, in my opinion, becomes a contender. They get a guy like Aaron Rodgers on that.
Absolutely. Because then you got to think like maybe Adams follows him.
Yeah, what happens with Devontae if Rodgers leaves?
Devontae is not staying with Green Bay if Rodgers is leaving Green Bay.
But now, if they franchise tag him.
I could see him.
He put a pull
I could see him.
Because who else are they going to franchise tag? They got really no one else.
They got a good old line.
Is this Devontae's last year on contract?
Well, they already signed him to a contract. But even if I were a Packers fan, it would suck to see Rodgers go. But it's going to be a rebuild, obviously. But it actually could help. They're so down bad with
do they
cap.
know what they have in Jordan Love?
Not yet, but he's not
going to be Aaron Rodgers. But
he hasn't had enough playing time to really prove that.
True.
But they are down so bad in cap space. To see him go, wouldn't be bad.
Yeah, that's true. It's just
you go sign a free agent for cheap, maybe for a year or two.
The biggest thing with that team, if Rodgers does, which that's what it looks like is going to happen. Rodgers leaving Green Bay. The biggest thing for them is going to be seeing what they have in Jordan Love. That's going to be huge for them.
Absolutely. I mean, you got the great two-headed monster with Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon.
Oh, yeah.
Do you keep that? Do you trade Jones with this cap space? What do you do?
Losing Devontae Adams, so that's.
I think if you lose Rodgers and Adams, I think you trade Jones.
You just trade him.
Yeah.
You have to. You lose a guy like Rodgers and Devontae Adams. I think unless Jordan Love comes out as the next Aaron Rodgers, I think you have to completely blow it up.
I think if you want to keep Rodgers and Adams, you trade Jones. If you want to keep Devontae and Rodgers, you trade Jones to make the money up.
The thing is with Rodgers, why he was so, I think, mad with the whole Green Bay situation is them using, because he thinks they're still in a Super Bowl window, which I believe too, where they have the talent to be a top team in the NFL.
Absolutely.
And I think what hurt him a lot is in the first, or I think it was the first round, them picking Jordan Love instead of a key player at a position of need.
Yeah.
Instead of going there, quarterback of the future. I think that's what really
That's
pissed
set 'em
off
off.
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if I'm Aaron Jones too, I'm getting pissed off too. You take AJ Dillon in the next round. When you just signed this big contract to extend him to be their guy, you're gonna freaking do that.
So I think he was fed up with how they handled the draft, how they handled the offseason. Instead of retooling for a Super Bowl run, they went and got positions to replace guys, very good players at the position they already had.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, with the playoffs though, I honestly thought Green Bay had a chance to win it all this year.
They 100%.
Yeah, they.
I'm still so
I mean, last year I thought it. This year I thought it. I mean, it could be next year. I really thought it'd be my Bills versus the Packers in the Super Bowl. Especially last year.
Blew it. Blew it.
They went 3 years in a row, 13-3, and they just.
What were they up
Just
to,
sucked.
dude? They were up like 20.
What?
Packers.
Last year?
No.
This year.
No.
In the
No,
playoffs.
this year was
was
7-0. Close game.
Yeah.
It was like they came out and scored.
But
they
they
scored
were dominant.
They were
the
dominant.
first like
half.
the first San Fran could not move the ball. They had
But
all-
and then the second half, it just
Jimmy
translated.
G, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, a lot of people hate on Jimmy G. He's a winner.
He is a winner.
He's a
He is
winner.
good quarterback.
I don't know,
comes
man.
in and
He's-
wins games.
You think he's gonna be on that San Fran team this year?
Oh,
No,
Their
he's
guy's
gone.
Trey
But
Lance. Their guy's
let's say
Trey
he
Lance.
goes to a team, he could be a winner. He might not win it all, but he could bring a team
You
to
know
the
what?
playoffs. Absolutely.
I want to see Jimmy G on another team for me to give him more respect.
Well,
I
this
see
is
what
the second
You
team
know what
he
I-
was
but-
with,
but-
though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
but
I
you
know
No,
what
but
you're
I'm
saying.
saying like,
Patriots.
you know what I mean? Like, I feel like if he hops on another team, where could you see him going?
It could be
Oh.
Pittsburgh.
That's what I.
Yeah,
It's
Pittsburgh
gonna be
would
one
be
of
a
the
good pickup for them.
Pittsburgh or Denver. You know, Pittsburgh and Denver are going to go after a quarterback this offseason.
Yeah.
And the biggest name is Aaron Rodgers, which I think is going to be a big.
Oh yeah.
I think he's going to go to Denver, honestly.
Yeah.
And you also got to think about Minnesota. What are they going to do with Kirk Cousins? Pretty sure this is. I'm pretty sure this was
last.
his contract.
I think it's
year.
coming up to his
It's-
last
okay.
year. Yeah. But now with Pittsburgh, like, do you want to go after the local guy and draft Pickett? Keep him in Pittsburgh. Maybe not start him. Maybe you
Yeah.
sign someone, but you draft him.
Yeah.
The town loves that.
Yeah.
He's a local guy. He played for University of Pitt. He had a great year.
Yeah, I just think Pittsburgh they have a very solid team, and quarterback's going to be a huge. Pittsburgh's gonna. I lost my train of thought. Good girl.
We could edit that out. Right?
Yeah, no, we
you
can.
can leave it rolling. Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
Alright, back at it.
Recompose.
Hazel, go in the room.
She was fine. Literally, the whole hour that I've been here before we started, perfectly fine. As soon as we start, scratching at the door.
Fooch, you gotta get on top of this.
Yeah, come on, call her over there.
You're the assistant, man.
No, this is gonna rile her up.
My money, I swear to God. You know what's funny too? When we were talking about like starting this whole thing up, we were like, Matt was like, "All right, Hazel can't be playing with that toy, that squeaky toy."
That was one of my biggest worries. Is
He
like
said it
how,
before.
squeaky toy.
He's like, I'm gonna get so pissed. As soon as I saw her scratching at the door, I looked at him and I could just tell.
it's go in there.
We
Hazel.
can shoot right into the playoff games last week.
Yeah, I mean, I'm ready to start back up. Hazel, go in the room.
All right, let's talk about playoffs.
Who played last week?
We're talking.
Oh,
we're talking
okay.
about.
Well,
Dude, those
you
underdogs.
want to run through the whole playoffs though, like just right from the get go.
We're talking about them.
Well, we could start with
How
last week's-
close it, dude? How close it was for.
We'll just talk
I
about
was gonna go from Bengals Chiefs and start talking about the Chiefs 2 games against back-to-back weeks against the Bills and Bengals.
Oh man, I was literally so upset to see every other underdog to win besides the Bills. I wanted the
Dude,
Bills to win
man,
that
it's
game
not-
so bad.
This man had a parlay on all the underdogs and cashed out before the Bills made the fucking comeback.
Oh my god, dude!
Cashed out. It was like,
Oh.
how much did you put on it?
Like $10.
And he cashed out for $17, and he could have won like 100 and something. He cashed out for $17.
And what made me-
The Bills score the touchdown to take the lead. We're in Discord, we're like, you're an idiot. They the Chiefs score again. I'm like, oh, not so bad, Drew.
Yeah.
Both those games were games of the
Can we
Dude, that had to
talk
be the game
about
of the year.
can we talk about the overtime rules?
Dude,
Terrible.
horrible.
Terrible.
I hate
Not
overtime.
even
Do you
being a
know-
biased fan, but those have to change.
I know Joey watches college football a lot, and so do I. Do you guys know much about the college
Yeah.
football overtime rules?
I like that.
So I know a lot of NFL
A
fans
lot of people
don't
want that.
Yeah, I
You gotta
personally,
like mix it,
yeah,
honestly.
I personally would love it. I think it would be insane and
Yeah.
great for the game of football because college overtime can get insane.
Yeah, absolutely.
Insane. But I think they do have to at least change it from where it is now, where it's more of a back and forth overtime rather than this team goes down the field, scores a touchdown. Like a team like the Chiefs, very good offense. Whoever, especially that Chiefs Bills game, we knew whoever was getting the ball in overtime first was winning that game.
Yeah, and it sucks that it's not that we didn't lose a game because of the coin toss.
Yeah.
Obviously, yeah, we lost in overtime because they got the ball first. If we got the ball, I'm very confident that we would have scored too.
Yeah.
You can't let a team score with 13 seconds left, man.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Like,
That
I
game was-
understand, like, you're playing prevent defense, but you don't drop them 20 yards, drop them 10, 15.
there was
They need
like-
a field goal, not a
I say
touchdown.
that all
What
the
was the
time.
last?
I hate.
There was like 3 scores in the last minute and a half
Yeah,
of that
and
game.
kickoff, squib it, waste time.
Yeah,
I
that was,
hate I hate the defense at the end of games when it's a close game because it's
Dude.
like they go into a zone and it's honestly the worst thing ever because you just give up those chunk plays like 10, 15 yards
Yeah.
every single time.
When you got 2 great teams with 2 great quarterbacks, especially a guy like Pat Mahomes and the weapons he has, the
Yeah.
speed he has on that offense, you give him open space. You know Tyreek Hill can turn for 50 yards no matter.
Like he did.
Tyreek Hill
The one
makes
before
a,
that,
makes
when-
a mean cut and he's
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah.
Like when they took the lead with a minute left,
Yeah.
Tyreek turned the corner and was just gone, and
Yeah.
nobody
He can
expected
make
that.
a 5-yard slant going to 30 plus yards.
Yeah,
Like, the
his
play that
speed
puts
is
them in field goal range
ridiculous.
is, like, I watched, like, the game and mic'd up and everything,
You
and,
heard
like,
what Kelsey said.
Kelsey says it, and Mahomes is, like, looking at the line, and he sees the middle
They left
wide
them
open.
wide open.
So he goes, Kelsey now. Little 5-yard,
Yeah.
boom, right in field goal range.
Yeah,
Like, you
exactly.
can't play prevent defense when you're only down a field goal. Like, I was more depressed this game than I was losing the AFC Championship last year. I think this was a
think I
lot
would be
bigger
too.
of a heartbreak.
Oh,
that-
100%.
yeah. I mean, this was a Bills revenge game.
Yeah,
to begin
absolutely.
with. I mean,
And that game,
it was
that-
still
it
one of
lived
the
up to the hype.
greatest.
It was game of the
It was
year.
still one of the greatest
Absolutely
games I've
game
ever
of the
watched.
year.
It might be one of the games of the decade.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how good that game was.
Yeah.
They were already, as soon as that game ended, they were talking about how that game was one of the best they've ever seen. There were
Yeah,
announcers saying they've never seen a game like that.
It sucks, like, how it happened, how our season ended, but taking the positives out of it, like, Josh Allen is the guy.
Oh yeah,
He is legit, and he is
legit.
It's scary.
he's so
He's a
good.
baller, too.
He's
a
so
baller.
good.
He's a
And then,
baller.
like, our future is so bright. We're missing a couple key pieces. Maybe a running back to help out Singletary. Go out and get Gordon. I would love Melvin Gordon.
yeah,
And then you go out and you sign an edge rusher. That's what we're missing there.
yeah.
Trey White comes back. We did this all. This was our run without our top corner and without, in my opinion, a top 10 corner in the league in Trey
Yeah.
White.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, definitely.
And Gabe Davis, he shined.
Yeah.
I think what makes a good NFL team is your third wide receiver.
Yeah.
And Gabe Davis just proved that he is our guy.
Oh yeah, definitely. He really 4 touchdowns in a playoff.
4
game?
touchdowns,
Yeah.
dude. Unreal.
That's ridiculous. And you still have Stephon Diggs and
Yeah, maybe, like, who knows what happens with Emmanuel Sanders. We bring him back. Cole Beasley's great slot guy. Very
You have a
underrated
quarterback.
tight end, in my opinion,
Yeah.
is Dawson Knox.
Yeah. But when you have a quarterback like Josh Allen, like he's gonna move the chains no matter who you have out there, and just having a guy like Diggs out there alone, he's
Yeah.
gonna require a lot of attention on that side of the field. So it's gonna open up. It's gonna open up wide open routes for these other guys
Yeah.
like Gabriel Davis and
Yeah.
Emmanuel
Beasley.
Sanders.
Absolutely.
And Beasley.
And then we lost Dabble to the Giants. It sucks. He was a great OC. But now we promote Ken Dorsey, who was our quarterbaacks coach, to OC. That's what Josh Allen wanted.
Yeah.
And that's what he got. That proves how much of an impact he has on this team and this organization.
Bills team is scary, dude.
It's good, dude. We have a
With
bright
that-
future, and I'm happy that, like, I'm very confident to say, and I will go toe-to-toe with anyone on this, we will have a Super Bowl within the next 3 years.
They're
I'm
looking
very
like it.
confident in
They're-
that.
they're look-
This
they're
is-
on
that's
pace.
what
this is
everybody
our
said
future.
back in the
Yeah,
day, and
with that fullback
Especially,
quarterback.
I think
Dude,
next year.
he's
I
a
think,
beast.
I think next year is the first year that Pat Mahomes' contract kicks in too. So they're going to be in cap hell,
Mm-hmm.
especially after last year. They're not going to be able to re-sign a lot of guys. I think he went from. I think he was still in his rookie deal. He was making like $10 million this year, give or take. I don't know exactly what the numbers were. Goes up to like $45 million cap hit next year.
I
Yeah.
still can't
Dude.
believe they paid that man a bag like
gave
that.
That was like unheard of. That's
That's
like that's MLB money
Yeah.
in the NFL. You
I
just
think
don't
it's just
see that.
because what it's looking like in the beginning of his his early big
Obviously.
career. He's the next coming
he's
of guy like Aaron Rodgers. You know what I mean?
He's
Like,
gonna
I'll
be
never
one.
compare
He's
someone
gonna be
to
an all-time
Brady,
great.
'cause Brady is just Brady. I don't think anyone's ever gonna win 7 Super Bowls like he
Nah,
did.
yeah, no, I don't think anyone will touch him. But the NFL has a very bright
But
future.
if you were to compare Patrick Mahomes to Aaron Rodgers, he's Patrick Mahomes turning into Aaron Rodgers. That could also scramble and make insane.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
look,
but you
Aaron
know,
Rodgers,
when Rodgers was younger, he could scramble.
Yeah,
Well,
I,
yeah,
I don't,
but
I don't
like-
think
not
like
like these new
Mahomes
guys.
can.
But
and,
nothing like Mahomes.
I think that's also with the game changing. A lot more scrambling quarterbacks. And
you
stuff
need
like
a mobile
that.
quarterback.
Yeah.
I feel nowadays.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Especially at least a little bit mobile. I think guys like Lamar Jackson,
And
like
Patrick-
guys that are straight runners,
Yeah.
I think that can hurt a little bit. It just shows if we look at the history of playoffs, I feel like guys like Lamar Jackson, Michael Vick, guys that are primarily runners, they just get shut down in the playoffs for whatever reason. Teams adjust to it or whatever. But guys like Josh Allen, that man's, he averaged, 40 rushing yards a game this season?
Yeah.
50 rushing yards a game
Yeah,
this season?
and he's still throwing the ball 30
Throwing
times a
300
game.
yeah,
Like, it's
exactly.
absurd. It's really crazy how the offense really improved, and I love it. I love McDermott as the coach. He's done great. Bean as the GM has done great moves, and once it's like the Jaguars. I look at it now, like Trevor Lawrence. He played a lot better when Urban Meyer's out, but like how we were with Josh Allen, like, that's our guy. Build around him now.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
That's why there was a big debate coming out of that draft, 2017 or 2018, whatever it was. Josh Allen and Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
Josh Allen got built around. Darnold, they did nothing
Jets-
for
the
him.
Jets failed
They
every
drafted
single
him
quarterback.
and just wanted him to be good.
Yeah.
You got to build around
They
your
did
guy.
that again.
Yeah,
just-
with Wilson, you got to
yeah.
build around him now. If
Which
this is going to be your guy.
one thing
Give him
to be a
weapons.
Jets defender for 1 second. I think now this is going to be This is going to be the make or break off season for the Jets for at least this regime, our 15th regime in the last year. But no, this is a big off season. We have, I think we're top 3 in cap space, and also have the most draft capital in the league this year. With I think we have like 6 picks in the first 3 rounds or something like that.
Yeah.
So
You got
this is
like
gonna
2
be-
top 10 picks, I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
something with it.
Looking
Yeah.
like OKC.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally. But if they can hit on some of these draft picks and actually build the right way, instead of drafting a D tackle every year in the first round, which they've proven the last 2 years, drafting wide receivers early and stuff like that, and we have a couple offensive linemen that look very promising. This is going to be a huge offseason for the Jets, and really see what Zach Wilson has next year, because I think they are going to go out and get weapons for him and keep building that O-line like they have been.
Yeah.
The AFC East in general could be a problem next year.
It's going to be a very tough division, and then once you make it out of that, the AFC in general is going to be. I think for
It's
years,
a gauntlet.
for
It's
years
going
to
The
come,
AFC, as
like-
of right now, the AFC is Josh Allen versus Pat Mahomes. That's the AFC.
well,
right
not
now,
really,
how I
because
see
you
it.
got
Oh, and Joe
Burrow in
and
the
Joe
Super. Like
Burrow.
Lamar will be out there, Herbert will be
Herbert,
there.
yeah.
Like
I just
years to come, the AFC. I think whoever makes that AFC could be Super Bowl champs. I think the AFC
I
is a
just
lot
real-
better than the NFC right now.
even though the Bengals are making a historic run right now and it's all fun, I can't see the Bengals where they're at right now as a team. I can see them improving a lot, obviously.
Yeah.
Where they're at, I just don't see them as good as the Bills or Chiefs.
I don't
I
think
mean,
so
yeah,
either.
they beat the Chiefs twice this year. I also think it's big. I think the Chiefs, Josh Allen and Pat Mahomes are just way more advanced than Joe Burrow at
Yeah.
this time, just all together.
Yeah, there's no doubt in my mind if we hold on for 13 seconds, we're in the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah.
Hats off to what
mean-
the Bengals did. They went into Arrowhead and beat them. But if that game's in Buffalo, there's no doubt the AFC Championship for the city of Buffalo would mean so much.
Oh yeah.
And like the
Buffalo
Bengals,
goes
they're in the
nuts.
Super Bowl. Absolutely, they're in the Super Bowl. But I still believe they're missing key. They need a little defense. They need that offensive line help. They played the Titans, and he got sacked 9 times.
Yeah,
So
that's
to
not-
win that game, getting sacked
Yeah.
9 times is absurd.
Yeah, that
Hats
is-
off to them.
Because his O line's not even good. If they can
Nah.
somehow build an even decent O line around that,
Yeah.
man,
That offense,
These-
they're so young. That
there's just-
offense.
These
it's-
AFC quarterbacks they're the real deal. We
Yeah.
have some good AFC quarterbacks coming in. It seems like as much as we're losing a bunch of quarterbacks in the last few years, it seems like we're not. They're getting replaced pretty well with
yeah,
top names.
absolutely. Switching over to the NFC, what do you guys think about Washington coming out? They're going to be the Washington Commanders now.
Man, I mean, it doesn't roll right. I feel like.
Definitely doesn't.
Yeah, I
work.
see
Not
it
at all.
rolling his eyes over there.
They should have just kept the football team.
Oh,
The football team was better.
WFT.
That was definitely better than the
Yeah,
Commanders.
Commanders.
I would have loved to see them do the Washington Sentinels after the movie The Replacements. That's one of my favorite movies. Best
Yeah.
fictional quarterback ever is Keanu Reeves when he plays Shane Falco. I mean, I think Washington Sentinels would have been awesome. But Commanders,
just feel like Commander's a little corny and it doesn't roll.
Yeah.
It doesn't roll off the
When I
tongue
think
as
of
well.
Washington Commanders, I think of like a G League.
Yeah,
team. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like
Like,
something straight out of like high school.
Yeah.
It's a soccer team.
It's rough, man. I mean,
And then coming into the season, now we're gonna have the Cleveland Guardians in the MLB.
Again,
I think that's
that
might
is
be-
kind of
yeah, I didn't
bad.
even
Again,
know
that
I forgot
doesn't
about
roll.
That might be worse.
That does
Cleveland
not.
Guardians.
Yeah, I don't like that. That doesn't roll at all.
I don't like that one. Yeah.
I'm
Did
not.
you see what
not
happened
feeling
with that one when it came out?
No.
There was like a roller hockey team that's called the Cleveland Guardians, and they were gonna sue. They were gonna sue them for the
motherfuckers.
because they have the name like I guess patent or whatever, so they were gonna try to sue to make them change their name.
It was a
Imagine
roller.
It was like a roller hockey, so I don't know. It was some stupid league.
MLB team
was
sued by
so
roller
bad.
hockey indoor league. Dude, that would have been so funny.
Boys, we're getting all new rollerblades. I swear. After this hits, I swear.
Lindor comes from the Mets, helps
Yeah.
fund there, helps fund suing the Guardians.
Oh
Gosh,
my gosh.
That's something else.
Stay on
That's
baseball
rough.
season a little bit. Hopefully this lockout ends.
It's not looking like
Oh
it.
man, I would
And
love
they're
for it.
pushing down. I see a
The
bunch of players
clown.
coming out against Manfred now.
Yeah, he's a clown.
Scherzer
that's
is
why.
having. He's being a big voice in the league right now with
Yeah,
his like
he's-
tweets and everything.
Yeah, he's also one of the big head guys for the Players Association.
Yeah.
So he's dealing with this a lot, and hopefully they come to an agreement because it's finally I can
It's
say
gonna-
my Mets are
Yeah,
up
dude,
there.
I can't wait.
At
I
least
really
betting
hope.
odds wise and World
Yeah,
Series
that's true.
I mean,
favorites.
at least you can know like
Don't worry, Dave.
it's not just one day with DeGrom. You got DeGrom and Scherzer to where you have 2 days now where you could bet no runs in the first inning.
Yeah.
It's not just one
I mean, you probably
anymore.
bet no runs for the first 9 innings. You
I
know,
mean,
the Mets,
yeah.
the way they work with DeGrom on the mound.
Yeah, finals when DeGrom's pitching, you always take final score bet as 1-0 for the other team.
Yeah.
Because our bullpen comes in and we blow. We can't do it. Oh man.
Do we move on to basketball?
Let's go. Let's go rock.
I mean, what do you guys got this week?
Do we bring out the wheel? The first ever spin of the wheel?
Why not?
Oh shit, let's do it.
We still got the hockey on.
Oh, he broke it already.
You still got the hockey on there?
That's all good.
No,
right?
I think it's just all NBA games.
You pulled it off.
No, I did, yeah. No edits, baby. All right, what do we got? We got Warriors versus Raptors, Heat versus Wizards, Knicks versus Jazz, Sun Bulls. I think those are the only games tomorrow, right? Am I missing anything? I don't think so.
Almost hit the
Did I say Warriors Thunders?
Yeah. He did.
Warriors?
What are we talking about first? We were talking about the Heat and the Wizards.
Oh, that's like a.
Okay,
Oh
that's
man! All right.
All right,
That's a
Dave,
rough one.
Dave,
That's a
you
rough
got
one.
the Labby.
Is
So-
Bradley Beal back?
I don't think so,
Oh,
right?
I mean, based off what they have on, I'm literally just looking on ESPN. They don't have him because I know he's their leading scorer. They don't have him listed up here as players to watch, so I'm gonna assume he's
They're
not
leading him.
back.
So I
What's
mean,
the spread?
you gotta take the
Looking
heat
like?
on that one then. Is the spread? The spreads might
I
not
don't know
even
if
be
they're
out
up.
yet.
Yeah,
I don't.
they
It
might
is
not-
in Washington though.
They might, because
so.
there's still games to play tonight. They might not be up yet.
It's in Washington, but yeah, but how good are they gonna perform against a solid Heat team
The
without
Heat-
Bradley
they're still
Beal?
the 1 seed, right? The Heat.
I don't think so.
I don't
Won
think
their
so,
division.
no.
I know
I
they
think they're
Well,
in
yeah,
their
they're a
division.
But,
I know the
that's
Eastern
a big-
Conference. The first 6 seeds are all within 2 games.
Yeah, I mean it's a very hard conference.
It's like after you miss 2 games, all of a sudden out of nowhere you're the 4 seed and another team's the 1 seed.
Yeah.
I know last week or 2 weeks ago the Heat were the 1 seed for a little bit. 'Cause I know the Bulls
Tyler
fell
Hero
off.
as an All-Star snub.
All right, let's get it out the way, bro. Tyler Hero is a bum. I genuinely like.
You hate him.
Dude. He's not.
Drew hates him.
He's not good. He's literally not good.
Yeah, I mean,
He can't play
okay,
defense.
he's in the NBA. He's nice.
yeah, no, I know that.
But,
yeah,
like,
I know what you're saying.
He was solid. He
Tyler-
was very good in college. He was very good.
He was,
I mean,
he
he's
was
also-
a
he
role
was
player
also nice in the
college.
bubble,
He
but-
shoots.
He's having a pretty decent year.
Everyone was good in the bubble.
He's having a decent.
Yeah, right.
He's having a pretty good year.
Bubble
this
AD.
year.
Bring the
Yeah.
bubble back.
Yeah, for real. Get him back in Orlando.
Let's all admit the bubble had the best NBA games.
Oh yeah, it was all.
It was sick, dude.
Yeah, they're all living together. Pretty
But
much.
dude,
Yeah.
I will never put another bet on Tyler Hero ever again. I've never seen
That's how I feel
someone
about,
miss so many threes wide open too.
Yeah,
How I
because
feel
you
about
bet
our boy
on. No
Miles
one gave you
Plumlee.
bet on them.
Oh my
Oh
god.
man, the
Yeah.
Plumlee bets.
Watching
Not a
Tyler
bad-
Hero is like
God.
watching Russell Westbrook trying to take a half-court shot.
Trying to Russell Westbrook with any jump shot. He can be 20 feet away. You see his bank shot last night against the Knicks?
Oh my
Russell
gosh,
Westbrook?
dude! You see his stats at the end of the night, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, he's.
All right, let's get back on track. Heat,
But,
Heat, Wizards. I mean,
The Heat are the way better team.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
The
it's
Heat
a
are the way
game. The
better
Heat,
team.
the Heat
I
should
mean,
definitely win. It seems
that
like they're
spread's
fully
probably-
healthy.
That spread's got to be decently high.
I mean, the
no?
Heat, they might, Lowry still
And
might
what?
be out, but.
No, he came back like a
did
couple
he?
games ago.
Did he?
Yeah,
You got Jimmy Buckets. Is
Jimmy
Jimmy
is playing.
Buckets
Mhm.
gonna be
Yeah,
playing?
that team's nice. That Heat team
Yeah.
is very good.
Yeah, I mean, overall, I mean, even with Bradley Beal, I think the Heat are the better team, but without him, especially, I'm taking the Heat all the way.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, depending on what spread could be.
Yeah,
I'm trying to find.
I
the
mean,
spread
do you
right
see
now.
anything more than like 10?
I don't even think it's gonna be 10. Honestly.
Yeah,
I think it'll
see
be
it
like
being-
7, 8.
Yeah, you gotta.
I mean, I would, if it's under 10, like say like 7. I mean, I would take the
It's
Heat.
just basketball's hard with favorites, especially like big favorites like 7,
Where are they?
8
They're
points.
They're in
Washington.
Washington.
It's just
yeah.
because of late few. They could be up by 15 with 3 minutes left, take their starters out, and all of a sudden the players the Wizards going
Yeah.
over the run, and all of a sudden they only win by 6.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why
you
basketball's
take a
a little
minus
hard with
6.5,
that.
they
Yeah.
win by 6. It's,
Yeah.
basketball is the game of bad beats.
Yeah,
Absolutely
exactly.
is.
Anything could happen. Full court shots, just guy throws it up at the end of the game. That can turn you 9 points to 6 points right there.
Yeah. Literally, like that, I know a couple weeks ago, Dave wrote it with me. We had USC first half, and they were getting absolutely steamrolled.
Hammered.
Steamrolled, like 22-8.
Yeah.
They were down. They came back, and then as the buzzer goes off, this guy chucks up a 3. Deep 3, just like past half court, and it hits and we cover.
Yeah.
Like, basketball
I
is
didn't even know
so
it was that far.
ridiculous. It was deep. It was beyond deep. It was absurd.
Yeah.
I've been big with the player props in basketball.
Player props are the way to go.
Player
Man.
props are fun. Like, points, rebounds, assists, those are the fun bets. Because then you just gotta root for anything.
Especially when you have a stud too, like Jokic or something
Yeah.
like that.
Chris
you
Paul.
know?
Chris Paul's the
Paul.
man,
I
dude.
My favorite playmaking guards,
Dude,
man. Those are
we
the
have
best,
to
those
we
are
have
the
to
best,
talk about the Suns playing tomorrow. Bulls. I can't wait to talk about
Suns
that.
Bulls.
Suns Bulls tomorrow. You want to just
Bulls.
jump into it?
Let's do it.
Let's just jump into
next
it.
one.
Lonzo's still out, right?
Lonzo
Yeah.
should still be out.
Lonzo's still out.
I can't even read that. Jesus Christ, that purple is
Yeah.
Warriors Thunders.
I don't really write on this.
Warriors Thunders.
Thunders. I mean, I think is what's his name still out? SGA.
SGA? I think so. He has an ankle injury, no?
I'm pretty
I don't
sure,
remember,
yeah.
man.
I'm pretty sure he had. Like,
Warriors are gonna blow them out if they don't. If somehow Josh Giddy takes the Thunder and helps them beat.
Dude,
The
Josh
Warriors?
Giddey's nice.
Yeah.
man.
Josh
Giddey
Screw that
is
guy.
Nice.
I was gonna add him to my players that I love with LaMelo and Chris Paul, so I bet on his PAR, and they were fourth quarter, 5 minutes left. He needed 2, right? So he just needed to score or something. Gets nothing. They're up by 2. I think they were playing the Mavs. Lucas scores. They go to overtime. Does nothing in overtime. Another 5 minutes. Gets no points, assists, or rebounds. I was like, this guy's chalk. Get him out of my players.
Josh Giddey's nice, man.
I like him, but
He's
Coming
good
from
at it.
Australia.
Hey, that team has a bright future. They have 2 guys
A
already.
lot of draft
picks.
A lot of draft
So many
picks,
draft
dude.
picks.
They own the draft. They can pretty much just sign the whole draft and say, all right, who's the have a 60-guy tryout?
Dude, SGA, Giddy,
Yeah.
and draft picks.
Yeah.
Pick up some
And
stuff.
they got-
Future
I think
stars. That
guy
team's
like-
gonna be
guy like-
filthy.
But a guy
in the
like
next,
Lou Dort, even could be a nice
Role
bench
player.
piece for
Oh,
solid
yeah.
team. Like,
the game I was just talking about, he won them that game. Scored 14 points in overtime. Outscored the Mavs by
Jeez.
himself.
That man's just a brick shithouse.
he
really
Dude,
is.
he's built like an NFL player.
yeah.
I mean,
He's like nice. Like he can get you points when you
Oh,
need
yeah,
him.
He can shoot it.
definitely.
it's completely off topic with the game, but you said like future stars, rising stars. Quickly and Toppin not making the Rising Stars game this year.
I know. I think it's
I
just
mean,
because.
dude, come on.
Well, they don't really.
Who do you
get
think deserved it more, Toppin or Quickly?
Toppin
It's
definitely.
a good, yeah.
That's
Quickly was having a very bad season this year. Also,
Yeah.
the only thing with them two, so the Knicks have been very veteran heavy playing wise.
Ooh, don't talk
Minutes
too much
wise.
because I think there's a Knicks game.
Do the Knicks
Yeah.
play tomorrow?
We could talk
I'm just
about
talking
it.
about the
Next
Knicks in
week,
general, quickly and Toppin. So the thing with Toppin, I think averages 10 minutes a game this whole season. He doesn't really get playing time. When he plays, he's a problem.
I like
Yeah.
him.
He's a
Yeah,
problem.
you know who he reminds me of? Myself.
He's a great. So when I see Toppin's great inside scorer. His touch around the rim is very good. He needs to improve it. He needs to improve his outside shot a lot more. He's an awful outside shooter, horrible outside shooter. And the thing with Quickly, he's a chucker. He's a shot chucker. That's all he does.
Who?
Quickly.
Plays good
Quickly's a
defense.
shot chucker. What?
He plays good defense.
Yeah.
I know you saw those 2 threes
Yeah.
back to back
Well,
the other
that's
night.
the type of guy he is. He'll
Did
come
you see that?
What?
His back-to-back threes.
Quickly?
Who was it against?
Grizzlies.
The Grizzlies.
No.
Dude.
I didn't watch that whole
It
game.
was-
I
But
only watched
he
the
does
end.
that. So
That was sick.
he's like an electricity off the bench. Like if he's hot that game, he can come in. He changed a 10-point game to a 3-point game within 2 minutes.
yeah.
He's done it before.
All right. Screw the Warriors Thunder because we know what's gonna happen in that game.
It's gonna be.
I don't know if you
Warriors.
want to spin it. I was gonna say we're on the Knicks. Might as well just talk about the Knicks Jazz.
Yeah, let's jump into the next. What's up with D Rose? Does anybody know what's up with him?
He's gone until after the All-Star break. The Knicks without D Rose, we really have no point guard. Kemba's a wash. Kemba's a complete wash. He's done. Right?
Plus minus the other day was positive.
Yeah, I mean, we have no point guard play. We have no playmaking. That is the biggest problem with the Knicks right now. Going to the Jazz. Is Gobert still out?
I was just about to check that. I know, obviously Mitchell's back. We all he
Donovan-
played the other day.
Is it
Yeah.
at the Garden? The game? Is
The
it in New York?
game is not at the Garden.
It's in Utah.
It's in Utah.
I'm not
Those
too.
Utah fans, man, they're different. Those fans are different.
They had, Utah has been very bad lately though, so like, I don't know. Those fans might be a
just
little.
because they've also
I know, 'cause
had
they didn't have
nobody.
anybody, but-
Utah fans like to chirp.
Yeah, but dude, you have everybody out and you beat Denver on the road.
Yeah, but
That was
Denver
a-
didn't
that was
have
terrible.
their players either.
Yeah, thanks, Drew.
It's just, I think I came up with a stat the other day when we were on Discord. I think the Jazz this year have like 2 wins without Gobert. They're like 2-10 without Gobert this year.
Yeah, it ain't good.
Was that also without Donovan?
That was Donovan.
Most of
played
them were
hard.
without him,
Yeah,
too.
most of the games were without Donovan also. But Gobert is a huge factor in that team. Yeah, Donovan's the guy. Like that's when you think of the Jazz, you're thinking of Donovan Mitchell. But Gobert is a huge.
I mean, the guy
I mean,
averages
he's-
like 15 rebounds a game.
Defensive Player of the Year almost every year.
Defensive player of the year. He's one of the, if not the best rebounder in the league. He's top 3 rebounder in the league.
Oh, 100%.
He changes the game when he's on the court.
It's saying he's expected back next week, so I'm assuming he's not going to.
So he should.
Well,
be
that was
out.
2 days ago, so
Mitchell Robinson
technically it'll
player
be next
props if
week.
he's
tomorrow.
out.
Yeah,
Huh?
but
True.
Mitchell
Mitchell
Robinson
Robinson.
player props.
Yeah, but
if
it's
he's out.
White. I think Whiteside played the other day, but
Yeah, he
still,
did.
that's their number 2.
It's Whiteside, dude.
Kind of washed.
yeah, he played the other day when
Which
they were
sucks
at Denver.
because I think Whiteside's only great year was his rookie year, and other than that, he was just downhill from there.
He came out of nowhere too when he first got good.
Oh yeah,
He was like
He was out of nowhere.
nice.
when
Yeah.
His
when
rookie
they
year
let
was
him
his best year.
Yeah.
when they let him go and kept Bam, I was like,
I
But
fuck with
then-
Bam.
no, I like because
Oh,
well,
Bam was good.
Bam was a
Yeah.
rookie, and we're all like, is Bam gonna be that good?
Well,
And
the
that
reason
was
they
it.
were doing that contract wise, they didn't want to pay Whiteside. That's why they let him walk, and they kept the guy on a rookie deal to try to still build through free agency and stuff like that. So, looking back at it, it was definitely a smart deal for where the Heat are now.
I mean, overall predictions. You think?
For Knicks Jazz,
Yeah.
I still think the Jazz at home. I think the Jazz win that game.
I think it's gonna be close.
I can't see it being too big of a spread.
Dude, Knicks
With
games are
Gobert
just. I feel like Knicks games are so hard to bet.
They're hard.
They're
I
just,
think
because
they're
the
just,
Knicks-
they're just annoying.
You just
to bet on.
you just never know what's gonna happen in the next game because
No.
the Knicks
They're
can come
streaky.
out. But if there's a huge lead at half, no matter who's leading, just bet the other team, man. The Knicks like to come back from huge deficits and they like to blow huge leads. So
I'll keep that in mind.
I'll never bet on besides Mitchell Robinson, because that boy can get it done sometimes when we bet on him.
Not
Other
yes-
than that, no.
not yesterday.
Fournier, I bet on Fournier the other day to get, I think 20. Nope.
Move on.
Let's move on.
Oh, nice.
there we
Let's see if it stops on something.
How much do we pay for this
Oh.
shit?
What did we get?
We got Raptors Hornets.
Oh,
Raptors,
Raptors.
All right,
Hornets.
dude,
Lamelo
that could be a good
Ball.
LaMelo
dude.
Ball, points, assists, rebounds, over. Hammer it.
Talk about
Doesn't
it.
matter what it
What
is.
it is.
You want
It's
to
gonna
talk
be in the
about
mid-30s
LaMelo?
somewhere.
Talk about an all-star snub, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean,
He
he's
should
the
be in it
biggest
over
all-star
Middleton.
Yeah.
100%.
Like
He's
absolutely,
just an all-around playmaker.
that is a
LaMelo.
snub. If
I don't know if his shooting percentages hurt him a little bit because he is a little bit inefficient, but playmaking wise, that man, he's really good. He is really good at what he does.
yeah, dude. I mean, I just don't understand how he's not in as just
Triple
like
double threat almost every night.
Dude, it's BS.
yeah, and how Middleton got in over him blows my mind.
Yeah.
And that's one thing you and me both come to the conclusion that we admit. We both said LaMelo was not going to be
I'll
it.
admit it fully. I hated LaMelo. When LaMelo
I didn't think
I
LaMelo was gonna
love,
get it.
dude. I've always loved
So when
BBB.
LaMelo was first coming to the league, like right before he came to the league, I'll admit it. I'll take the wrongdoing on it. I thought LaMelo was gonna be one of the biggest busts like ever. I thought he was gonna be horrible.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
so
Dude,
good.
that
I
kid
mean,
is
He's
that kid
good.
is bowling.
Yeah.
to have not Lamar, though LeVar. He's so smart. A lot of people hate him because he's
Oh,
outgoing,
yeah.
obnoxious, but he is a great businessman and knows what he's doing.
Exactly. He knew his kids. They were popular before they came to the NBA. Or
Yeah.
They were still in their teens and stuff like that. But
It's like a
he
little
knew his-
off topic, but you take LeVar or OBJ's dad, because look what he did for him, getting him off Cleveland to a Super Bowl team now.
Yeah, I mean, LeVar is definitely the bigger. Since his kids were 16.
I mean, yeah, he's just a big baller brand.
LaMelo
dude.
was like 13.
Yeah.
He
Like,
blew
oh,
that
God.
brand up, big baller brand.
Oh,
like
yeah.
he
And
is a
all the-
great
Is
businessman.
that still a thing?
Him,
I don't even know,
I
but
think he quieted down a
BBB?
little bit. I think
it had a good run. If it
I think-
isn't,
Oh, BBB's definitely
Well,
still like a
I
brand.
think Lonzo isn't with it anymore. I think
No,
he's
well,
Yeah,
LaMelo isn't either.
oh yeah, Lamelo's
Because
not.
LaMelo's
there.
with Puma
It's
for
just
sure.
Jello,
He
G
knew-
League Jello. That's all you
Yeah,
got.
G League Jello, but he knew that was gonna happen.
Yeah.
He just wanted the brand to set up his kids, like just in case they didn't work out in the NBA.
Like
Yeah.
Jello.
Yeah, like Jello.
Yeah, exactly.
But it worked. Like
Yeah.
he is a great businessman.
Even all three of them, even LaMelo and Lonzo both could have just been fails in the NBA, and they still would have been set up for life.
Yeah.
They still would have been set up for life.
Oh,
Now who's home for this game? Is it in Charlotte?
Yeah.
Charlotte's a good home team.
It's in Charlotte.
It's in Charlotte.
Charlotte's a good
I
home.
wonder what
They
that
play
spread's
way
gonna
better
be.
at home, and
It's
they
going to be a
score.
very close. It's probably going to be like 3 points. But I think everybody's playing for each team. Like LaMelo's playing, Bridges is playing, Siakam's playing,
Dude, the Raptors-
Freddie V is
The
playing.
Raptors been low key hot though. They've been a team that
bro,
people been
don't sleep
sleeping
on
them.
Freddie.
No,
Freddie-
don't sleep
Freddie
on
V.
Freddie
Gary
can get
Trent.
it done,
All
man.
Star game
Freddie is-
selection, dude.
Freddie
He's
He's
is
averaging
good.
like
Nice.
22 this year. 22 like 7
Honestly-
and 6 or something like that.
He's been
LaMelo
balling,
should have
bro.
made it over him.
An undrafted.
LaMelo.
I don't know. Freddie V he has some nice
Freddie's
stats,
been
man.
playing nice.
I'm happy
man.
Freddie
He's
V
averaging,
re-signed
like
and
21,
didn't
7,
leave.
6.
Like he's
been
loyal to
good.
the Raptors.
Yeah,
Like
Freddie.
yeah. So
Yeah,
like
he's
him to
also an
re-sign
undrafted
is like
guy, and-
exactly.
I think learning under Lowry, winning a championship as the backup point guard,
Yeah.
helped him a lot.
Yeah. I
he's
think-
he's pretty similar to Lowry in some senses, playmaking and scoring wise.
yeah. I think them taking a risk on him as undrafted player
Yeah,
showed like loyalty to him. So that's why re-signing was a big part. Is like, all right, I gotta
Yeah.
show this loyalty back.
that team they got a Scotty Barnes, Freddie Van Vliet,
Gary Trent Jr.
Siakam,
Yo,
Gary
Scotty
Trent.
Barnes has been putting in work.
You see that
he's
tip-in he
good.
had?
He's good.
other day?
To bring it into OT. Scotty Barnes is doing nice.
The Raptors are a good team. The Raptors
They
are
are.
a very slept-on team.
Scotty Barnes could get it done. I like to see where that Toronto team goes.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
after the All Star.
Honestly, I would
I
say
don't really know.
the Hornets like to play at a fast pace.
Yeah, dude. The
The
more than
Raptors are a little
fast,
bit
dude.
of
They also got what's his name back? Gordon Hayward's back.
I mean, that
so.
dude. That's just. I feel like that's just gonna be a close game. Spicy P,
Nah.
Scotty. If he plays hard, he could get it done. And
Yeah.
Freddie.
It's
That-
gonna
that
definitely
team's
be
nice,
yeah.
dude. That
They're
team's
both
nice.
solid teams.
Yeah, but dude, you got LaMelo, Plumlee,
Yeah, Plumlee.
favorite player.
Hate that guy.
Terrible player props.
Plumlee, if you're watching
Plumlee,
this, I'm sorry.
rebounds under. No.
Terrible player props. I mean, that's the. I feel like we missed some games because
Phoenix.
that's the only. The wheel's empty now, but I
There's
feel like we
only like
definitely
5
missed
games
some.
tomorrow. We didn't talk about the Phoenix game yet.
Yeah, we kind of
were-
skipped the
yeah, we-
Phoenix
we
game.
kinda
Oh,
skipped
okay.
Phoenix,
So
man.
Suns Bulls
Had
at
Phoenix.
Chicago.
What game?
Suns Bulls.
Suns Bulls
at Chicago.
Phoenix is
Phoenix is 20-5 away,
Phoenix
and
is
Chicago's 19-7.
They're
at home.
really. I mean,
Phoenix is
But
very
also
scary.
Chicago's been on and off without Lonzo and a couple guys
Yeah.
hurt. They've been.
We don't know if Levine's gonna play
Yeah.
because he's been going back and forth.
I mean, it was
Yeah.
brought up very briefly before, but CP3 player props.
Yeah.
You gotta love them.
Yeah.
You gotta love
yeah.
'em.
Points, assists,
Points,
rebounds,
assists,
throw it
it's
on
the
the
way to
over.
go. Or even points and assists.
They give
we
you it
got
around
Chris Paul.
32 every single time. Just handle the
Hammer
over.
every time. Chris Paul, you'll get it every
Dude.
time.
It hasn't failed yet.
Yeah.
Probably
That
will
team
tomorrow,
is
but
scary.
Phoenix
That
team.
team is scary.
It just shows with one player how that can change your whole
Oh,
organization.
100%.
They had two good pieces in Ayton and D Book, who's one of the best pieces in the NBA.
Yeah.
They went out and got a veteran point guard, one of the best point guards of our generation, if not ever. And they went from a lottery team to one of the best teams, if not the best team in the NBA.
I
2 years straight.
think they're the best team in the NBA.
Oh, right now they are playing like the best team in the NBA.
100%.
There's nothing. There's no one even
Yeah.
close. The Warriors fell off a little bit without Draymond.
they
That's
actually
like,
right now
haven't.
it's-
They actually haven't. They're 8-0 without Draymond.
No, that's
Steph
No, I'm not
hasn't
even
been
kidding.
shooting.
no, that's
the
that's wrong
greatest.
because I know
I thought I just saw something on.
maybe
It
their
must have been
last
Twitter.
8 games without Draymond.
I think it might have
because
been
I
that. Their
remember when I
last
was-
8. Yeah,
when
no,
I
that
was-
was that. Their last 8 without Draymond. They're 8-0.
Yeah. But I know before that they were on a little. They were winning one, losing one, winning one, losing one. But the Suns are going to be a problem in the playoffs.
Yeah,
they're
that's
just-
another
they're
guy like
such a good
CP3. Like
team.
I'm happy he stayed. Like I was rooting for them last year. I really
So was
wanted them
I.
to get
And
that
they were
ring.
up. They were up 2-0, right?
I know.
Oh yeah,
It's a fun
100%.
team to root for. They're not like coming out of the bat, especially last year. They didn't come off the bat as favorites or anything like that. They were going to be
Yeah.
a pretty decent team. And then all of a sudden they came out as they were the 1 seed last year too, right? Maybe the 2 seed, whatever they were.
But I
They
feel
came
like
out
last
on
year, like
fire.
that was an NBA Finals where like it's not like the Warriors or anything. It's new teams, which is good to see. And it's not like like I'm rooting against this team. Like obviously I wanted the Suns to win. D-Book, CP3, they
But,
deserve
like, it
rings.
didn't
But,
really
like,
matter.
Giannis got his
Yeah,
ring, which
seeing
he
Giannis
obviously
get it.
deserves.
Yeah, guy's
So,
an
like-
animal. He's a problem too.
Yeah, I mean, he's just unreal. He really is.
I got to watch him in person this year. He's different. For how big he is and how fast and quick he is in person, it's insane. And he jumps like an inch to just hit the rim. Like,
Yeah.
I wish.
Yeah, right. Imagine having that skill.
Drew's
Giannis
gonna
is
be
a
there one day.
problem
Freight
for a
train,
long
dude.
time.
Freight train.
I
I'm
mean,
getting the fuck out of the way.
Oh, yeah, I'm not getting in front of Giannis if he's coming down the
I
lane.
don't even think I'd be able to high five him.
Oh yeah,
that'd be pretty cool to get dunked on by him.
Fuck no.
I,
I'm trying to
I
block it.
honestly think he would jump over me. Like that'd be sick.
Oh, yeah.
That would be sick.
I
He'd
think
body
any
me
NBA
because
player-
I'd
Yeah.
be jumping.
That would be sick. Like I would love. I would just stand there. But I go for it.
I wouldn't mind getting dunked on by Ja.
Ja, dude, Ja. That
He's a
kid-
problem,
He is
too.
a stud.
Wanna talk
He
about
is a stud.
John
Drew
Morant?
wants to
You
dunk
wanna-
like
you want
him.
to talk about sleepers, man? Memphis. That team's scary
They're
too.
not-
I know
they're
this
not
was
championship
brought up.
ready.
No, they're
champ-
not championship ready, but that team is
They could-
scary.
they
Any-
could-
anything
they
could
they
happen.
They could pull an upset in the playoffs.
Anything
They could
could
definitely. They can knock out a team that you
I
wouldn't
think
expect
I
them to
think
beat.
I think they can make it past the first.
They-
Second,
they,
I
no,
don't,
they definitely can make it past the
I don't
first.
think
No
they're
doubt.
gonna make it past.
They can make it past the first. No
Yeah.
doubt in my mind.
Now this was brought up in Discord the other day, but let's talk about it now very briefly. Does Ja get an MVP in his career?
In his career, hey, I think he can. I think the possibilities are endless.
I mean, it's
That
obviously
guy-
possible for most players to get one.
Well,
but
yeah, you never know what's
just-
gonna happen with
the people
injuries
that
and
he's
everything,
coming up
but-
with.
Well,
Is
you
just,
know what it is? I feel like it's so rough for him right now because, dude, you got so many stars.
Exactly,
You
Luka.
got
Trae Young,
Giannis,
Trae Young.
Jokic.
It's crazy.
Like,
And Jokic is young too, right?
He's
I mean, I don't
not
know.
as young as
Not
the
as
guys
that.
we
He's
just
not like
mentioned,
21,
but
22
He's
like
not
that.
old.
But
He's not
I think
old.
I mean,
Like
I think it's
27,
I think it's gonna
Embiid.
be hard for Ja to get an MVP. It's gonna
hard
be hard
to win an MVP. in
Embiid,
general,
dude,
but,
if you get Tatum on a good year, forget it.
yeah. I think Ja's better than Tatum though. But
Yeah, but obviously
just
LeBron.
never know. I know
When
you said
Curry
that.
won MVP, like LeBron's obviously a better player than Curry,
Yeah.
but like
as
that
much
year,
as
know?
much as I love Ja, I don't see him winning an MVP.
it's gonna be very hard for him to do it.
But it is
yeah.
possible. It's very
Oh
possible.
yeah, of
he has
course.
the skill to. I'll say that he has the skill to win an MVP in this league.
He's a in my opinion, reincarnation of old MVP Derrick Rose.
Closest we've seen to
Yeah,
MVP Derrick Rose. 'Cause that man was problem.
Yeah, dude, he was so.
Problem,
I
problem.
love Derrick Rose. I'll
That
always
was
love him.
probably the best acrobat we've ever seen.
I still
around the
have his
basket.
Bulls jersey hanging up in my room. I love Derrick Rose.
dude, and
I think Ja's definitely
MVP Rose was the face of the franchise at one point.
I did.
What, 21 years old winning the MVP?
Like, that's
was the face.
I
He's the
want
face
him
of
to
the
get a
league for that
ring
MVP.
so
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
Like, that's one
It's
guy
just
I
gonna be
want to
hard.
have a ring so bad.
I wish, dude. I love Derrick Rose.
Like, if he
I love
never
that
gets
man.
hurt, dude, that Bulls team could just. Oh my God, they were so
They
good.
could have been a dynasty. That team could have
Him,
been the
Joe
next
Kim,
Bulls
Noah,
dynasty.
Lou Dang was on that team. Like,
They were
dude,
crazy
they were a
defensively,
good
and you had
team.
Derrick Rose averaging 28 a game.
Yeah. That
And he
seems
couldn't
so
shoot
good.
either. Imagine that man could shoot. At the time, he couldn't shoot. Imagine he could shoot.
He was so young, just like coming up into the league, and for him to
And
win the
dude,
MVP at that age was
That's
absurd.
why I feel like him and Ja are like literally the same
Oh
fucking
yeah,
person.
they're very similar. I think Ja's a little better outside scorer than D Rose was at the time. He's still
Yeah,
not,
I mean,
'cause-
Ja isn't the greatest shooter.
Oh no,
but,
I'm not saying that at
Yeah.
all. Derrick Rose could not shoot. At
But dude,
those early years, he could not shoot.
Ja has the most points in the paint.
Yeah, it's kind of
Ja's
crazy.
insane.
That's
Ja's
crazy.
insane.
It's
Ja's
like point paints or
like-
his
Point
percentage.
points
His
in the
percentage
paint.
for points in the paint was like 15%, and the next three guys are
He's
like
got
big
it,
men
he's got
after
it
him.
over like Embiid.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
that's
no, he's
crazy.
He's,
As a
he
point
could
guard,
beat anybody in the league off the dribble. He could beat anybody in the league off the dribble.
I'm excited. I'm excited to see where that goes.
And he can get up with the best of them too.
Dude,
Off the bounce, he can get up with the best of them too.
he's definitely got bunnies. He's got some
he's got like a
bunnies too.
44-inch vert. It's crazy.
It's
He's
absurd.
crazy.
And especially, like-
I still cannot believe that block that he had. That
Oh
two-hand
yeah, the
block.
one when he. Oh my god, that was crazy.
God.
And,
on
like,
the
not even
backboard.
coming out of like obviously he was a high prospect, but like to make a name for like not a no name school. Like it's not he didn't go to UNC, Duke, like
Yeah,
Murray
no.
he
State.
came out of Murray,
Murray
State,
State,
like
yeah.
dude, like that's
I don't
Yeah,
think I, don't think I had
crazy
heard of
stuff.
them before that.
I never heard of them before.
He had
Ja.
some crazy. I think he averaged like 35 a game with Murray State.
Yeah,
So
they were good. They were a good team, and like he made them that. So he gave that program a name to where people are like, maybe if you're not getting recruited by Duke, UNC, it's like, all right, Murray State gave me an offer. Like, look what Ja's doing. I could go there and potentially do that too.
That's so sick.
It's like what Dion Sanders doing in football with that college. He's bringing in big
Jackson
name
State.
recruits, dude.
I forgot who I was. I think I was talking with Johnny D about
John
Dion
Bizzle.
Sanders and Jackson State. He's turning that whole program around.
Yeah, he's
What I
bringing in
can
big
see-
name recruits.
What I could actually see from him in a few years, once if he shows that he can actually turn this into wins and win some games with Jackson State, he's gonna get a big head coaching job. I can
Yeah,
see like
I'm
Florida
opposite.
State, his alma mater.
You
down
even
in
bring him
Florida
into the
State.
NFL, maybe not as a head coach right away, but as a coordinator or
But
something.
I just think that recruiting wise, someone's gonna pay him the bag in college.
Didn't their quarterback just sign an NIL with Gatorade? I think their quarterback.
Really?
Yeah, like a 3-year NIL with Gatorade.
he's
nuts.
brought in. I mean, so far I don't know
And we
how
got
he
the top
ended.
corner in the nation.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't
that
know
was
how he
crazy.
ended on
Jackson
signing day,
State.
but he already got like 2 top 50 recruits to
Oh,
commit there
yeah.
next year,
To Jackson
and it's a
State.
that top
Let's go
corner.
back to 5 years ago. You're telling me to predict anybody going to Jackson
Yeah,
State?
literally, that top
probably
corner,
could've
like I
played
said, he
Jackson.
goes to play for Dion
Where?
Sanders.
Yeah.
He's passing up on Alabama, LSU, Georgia, these big name SEC schools to go play for
Yeah.
Deion Sanders.
Where do you think
It's
the
absurd.
little Manning's going?
I would love to see him come to Georgia. I would love to see him come to Georgia.
I think he's gonna go to like Ole Miss. or
Ole
something
Miss,
like
baby.
that.
Nick Saban was at his
Hotty
high school
toddy.
basketball game
Yeah, I
last week.
saw
huh?
that. I saw that. That guy's a bucket too. You see
Yeah.
the little
Yeah.
Manning?
Yeah.
He get buckets.
I think that's a lot, like these high school like prospects and everything. You see him playing multiple sports, like Jalen Suggs for example.
yeah.
Great basketball player. Obviously, he's in the NBA now. He went to Gonzaga, but football, his highlights were ridiculous.
Well, Tom Brady was drafted by the. He was actually. I saw a thing on Twitter.
To go play
He was
baseball.
he was the last
I
the
saw
last
that.
Montreal Expos draft pick
Yeah.
still playing like a sport, like any professional sport.
I
Yeah,
saw
the
that,
Montreal
yeah.
Expos became the Washington Nationals,
Yeah,
and he was the last Expos draft pick to still be playing a sport.
you
Yeah,
see a
like,
lot
at
of
the
people do that,
professional
like
level.
Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson was drafted to MLB
Oh,
too.
yeah.
Like a lot of
At
people. Like
Mahomes, I'm pretty sure was too.
I think he was too. Yeah.
And then
Kyler Murray. I mean,
Kyler Murray was the first one to
I
be
mean,
picked in the first
First round in both
yeah.
sports.
Yeah,
It
that was
crazy.
it was absurd.
was like ninth
That's
overall in
crazy
baseball.
how he had that choice to be professional
Oh,
in
yeah.
either sport.
And you would never I never knew that he was that good at baseball. Like I knew he
Yeah.
played, but then they're like, oh yeah, you got drafted. And I was like, what?
I
Yeah.
think I think baseball prospects are definitely overshadowed a lot because you also are not going to see them for even the top prospects for at least 2
Yeah,
years.
man.
Yeah.
Like most of the time, 3-4 years, they're going to be sitting in the minors after they're drafted. So they don't really talk about the MLB draft a lot or big time athletes unless it's a guy like Bryce Harper.
Yeah.
When he was younger, he's been famous since he was 13 when he was hitting 500-foot home runs in Vegas.
Yeah, his dad's throwing sunflower seeds at him at 6 a.m., dude.
Yeah.
Like, and like when this first came into the league,
early he technically played college baseball for a year. Bryce Harper. He graduated high school already to go play 1 year at 17 years old at a community college near his house, and then got drafted at 18.
That's crazy. Like coming into league, I always said like Kyler Murray, like baseball, you're gonna make more money. He should have went there, but like
baseball's also more of a wild.
he obviously made the right choice
you don't
because
know
who
if he would've
knows?
been good.
Like you said, he's in the minors 3-4 years, and he doesn't end up making it to the A's, which he was drafted by. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
And so he obviously, looking back at it now, that was stupid. He obviously made the right choice.
Yeah. I would have picked football, especially how big of a talent he was in football as baseball. I would have picked football.
Was he number 1? He was number 1, right?
Yeah.
Football,
Yeah.
I mean, besides him blowing that playoff game, looking like a complete bum.
He's a little
Dude, I mean that
he
team,
wasn't
like
feeling himself.
they came out hot, and then that second half of the season, I don't know what happened to them. They just fell off.
I kind of knew they were gonna fall off. Like they're good. Like he's good, but
Dude,
I
that
just didn't
playoff
think they
game
were that
was
good. Plus, they didn't
embarrassing for him.
have
Oh, it was
D-Hop
terrible.
for
It
the
was
last how many games?
Yeah, I mean,
That's
he was
a
out
lot.
for
dude.
probably the
Take
last
away
4 games.
a top
if
5
that.
receiver in the league.
Well, since we're talking about up and coming players, besides, mark my words, Dior Johnson, gonna be sick. But besides him, Ronnie James, man.
Bro, I honestly
Okay,
think
hold on.
he's
Before, because
heavily overrated.
we could get into a tangent on this. I
Okay,
just
but
wanna-
like,
we're at 52 minutes now, so I don't know if you guys want to cap at an hour for a first one.
Yeah, we could do that.
yeah.
I'm
Talk about
feeling
Bronny.
this right now.
We'll
though.
talk
you don't
about
wanna be
Bronny
too
really
long,
quick,
though.
and then we'll just.
I just want to bring up the Olympics quick too.
We gotta
About
do it.
there's a
okay.
big
We gotta
USA
go
game
quick
coming
here,
up.
'cause
I just want to
we
throw that
got
in
like
there
an
real
hour
quick.
15.
Yeah.
Because we got
Most
Super Bowl
podcasts
predictions.
Are like,
Did you-
Joe Rogan
yeah.
goes like 3 hours.
Yeah, I
That man
know.
just don't stop.
Did you say that LeBron saying he has no problem leaving the Lakers
To
wherever?
play with Bronny.
I mean, I
Dude,
feel like that's obvious.
Bronny's gotta
like,
go to OKC, right?
Yeah, dude, they're gonna draft him.
Bronny's gotta go
just
to
to
OKC.
get
They
LeBron
have
there,
the
too.
draft for it.
OKC's looking up that draft.
That would be
They're like, you know what? Let's get the
crazy.
whole first round.
That would
Dude, they have the pick when he gets
that would be
drafted.
absurd. So now let's say he does go OKC. LeBron goes play with them obviously.
for a year.
You think it's a year?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah,
only
I think LeBron kind of wants to hand the torch off. Even though, in my personal opinion, I think Bronny is heavily overrated.
Yeah.
I don't think he's gonna be that good of an NBA player.
Yeah.
You see him get crossed up the other day?
Yeah, I just really watching him, like his YouTube highlights and stuff. Like I've never obviously seen him in person at a game or anything like that, but it just doesn't seem like he has NBA top talent.
And honestly, all these guys that they always like hype up so much, they never end up being the best players in the league. Like
He's just got.
that's just how it is.
You also gotta, dude. Bronny's got a heavy fucking load.
Oh
I mean,
yeah.
Well, obviously.
I mean, yeah.
But I'm just
I
saying,
mean-
like in high school, you didn't see anybody like, oh, Trey. Like when he was in high school, we weren't seeing Trey Young this, Trey Young that, and then he's like, oh, he's gonna be a top 10 draft pick, comes in the league, and he's one of the best players from that draft.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
Bronny.
players
I
like
think
that.
Bronny will be able to handle his own.
I think he could play in the NBA. Yes.
Yeah, no, he's gonna be a good
I don't
player. I
think-
just
there's
don't. He's
people-
not. It's not gonna be a torch handoff where he's gonna be the next greatest thing.
Yeah, I think that's how the media and LeBron
Well,
wants to play it.
Yeah.
I think if anyone thinks that, they're out of their mind.
Yeah, I just I
Because,
don't.
dude, I
all
mean,
the
as
LeBron
much as,
fanboys think that.
as
Come on, we
much
all
as
know
I'm
that.
a LeBron like hater, like, dude.
You don't have to put quotes. You're a LeBron hater. So
I mean, I respect his game, but I mean, dude, no one's ever gonna come close to that, to what he's done. I mean, who knows? But like,
somebody
it would
will,
be- it
but
would
you're
be-
not
it'd
gonna
be
know when it's
down.
gonna
I'm
happen.
telling you, his son ain't.
no, I don't think so.
I think it's like talking about Brady. Like no one's gonna come close to that. Like I know it's like it's different with basketball. LeBron has Jordan. Brady doesn't really have anybody because he's kind of shattered
Brady
every
is
record.
Brady, yeah.
But I still like for our generation, it's the same thing. They're the goats of our generation.
Yeah,
Absolutely,
That's
like,
yeah,
no
it's hard
question
to argue,
about it.
Yeah, it's hard to get into, especially Go Talk. It's hard to get into it sometimes, comparing
Check it out.
generations, because different generations in every sport, like the game just evolves. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like especially the NBA with 3-pointers now. The NFL was just how heavily it went from a running game to now it's all passing.
Yeah.
It's
And
except
then, I mean,
a select few
hockey.
teams.
Hockey got more defense involved and everything. That's
Yeah,
why like
baseball.
Ovechkin's coming in on Gretzky's record, but like
Yeah.
obviously Gretzky is the GOAT. OV, he has potential to be go-to generation, all this with the scoring and everything, but Gretzky, the goalies back there, they're just diving around and everything.
Yeah.
Like, can
Just
he
people
perform at that level in this day of age? Like,
Yeah.
you'll never know.
Yeah.
That's why it's so debating, like the whole LeBron versus Jordan thing. It's so hard to debate because obviously you'll never know.
Yeah, Jordan will never somehow go back and play in the 90s, and Jordan will never come and play now.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's so hard to debate.
It's just who you grew up on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
yeah,
all it is.
absolutely.
I mean, but we didn't grow up on Jordan. I mean, you think that? I mean, I think you do too.
I like Jordan
And
a lot more than
I'm,
LeBron.
I'm big
I think,
Jordan, yeah.
I think LeBron's a better skillful player than Jordan. I think he has way more skills than Jordan
Alright, so next podcast, you won't be here.
has.
I mean, going back to, like, hockey for a second, like, the Olympics started this week. USA women's, hats off, started out 3-0, dominating teams.
18-2
Dominating,
goals scored
dude.
again. Oh my
They're
god.
so good. The men's kickoff Wednesday against China. I mean, that shouldn't even be a game. It's going to be really hard to win the gold medal for the men's without pros and everything.
Yeah.
But back to the women, dude. 3-0. Like I said, 18-2. Huge game on Tuesday against Canada. It's going to be a gold medal preview game. Everybody knows that. USA goes down, though, and they lose their best player to a leg injury against Finland the other day. So she's done for the tournament. But this game is so big for USA on Tuesday. It's on at 12:10 noon, I'm pretty sure. I can't wait to watch that. It's a gold medal preview game.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I would love to see them bring home the gold again.
You don't
Like,
watch
I
that.
always love
You don't watch
seeing
that
US
work?
bring home
I'm going to
gold
try
medals.
streaming it at work, dude. I don't want to miss this game. Like, this is a huge game for USA, and we got to go out and beat it without our best player. But, I mean, we lost our best player against Finland, and then last night we beat up on Switzerland. Like, I think we'll be okay. But it's going to be a great gold medal preview game, and I'm very excited for that.
So do we finish off with the Super Bowl predictions?
Super Bowl.
Super Bowl, here we go.
predictions.
It's
All
coming up.
right.
It's
Coin toss.
heads,
Oh
obviously.
wait, no. Let's start before. Let's start pregame.
I'm taking the national anthem under.
Absolutely.
Mickey
That's
Quickie.
right.
Mickey Quickie.
That's exactly why it's gonna go over though.
No, dude.
Nope.
Mickey
Dude,
Guyton.
Look what it's set at. It's set at like a minute and a half.
Well, because Mickey Guyton, her last two big national anthems on national platforms have been around a minute 30, a minute 45.
Exactly. It's going.
It's gonna be close, dude.
I just saw a TikTok on it. It's going over.
If it's set at a minute and a half, I'll probably take the
It was
over.
1:35 or not one. Yeah, minute 35.
I mean, I'll probably take the over on that because that's really quick.
Uh-huh.
But Mickey Guyton sings fast.
I
don't
love
know,
that
dude.
nickname though, Mickey
Listen,
Quickie.
listen.
Yeah, I mean that's an awesome nickname.
As long as these motherfuckers in Los Angeles are in it the whole time, like, Mickey Quickie will get it done.
They're in her ear. Speed it up. Man.
Yeah,
She's got to get it done, man.
I mean coin toss. I'm going heads.
I always have to go heads.
I've never
You
bet the
always
coin
have
I'm
to
not
go
betting
heads.
but-
tails when the Chiefs got tails to beat us. I'm not doing it.
Yeah,
I'm
you
betting
have
heads.
to-
Are we gonna all ride heads?
I'm riding
We're
heads.
all riding heads.
Absolutely.
Drizzly.
Love heads.
Rams first half.
I got Rams for the game minus 4.5. Shout out to
such
the
a
Bengals
hard
and what they
game,
did,
man.
but I just don't think they compete with the Rams.
Joey
The
Burrow.
Rams defense is just something else. Man.
Exactly. Like you go, it's
Joe
obviously
Shea,
two
man.
great offenses. Could be a shoot. That's why I'm also taking the
They go-
over.
yeah.
Also
But
taking the
going
over at
back-
Say
43.
it, man. I'm going to say it.
Go.
Fuck Eli Apple.
That's a fact. I hate that.
But I mean, you go shootout defense. The Rams defense, I give them more credit to make a stop than the Bengals.
I mean,
their defensive line is crazy,
Yeah.
and then the Bengals offensive line is not that good.
and you know Cooper Kupp or OBJ are gonna
I mean,
host
Joe Burrow
Eli
has
Apple.
succeeded with getting sacked a lot, but he's going to be getting hit.
Yeah.
And
And it's not even
Jalen
just
Ray-
their
it's-
defensive line; their secondary
yeah,
is legit.
Just look at last week's game, right? The Bengals, what did they score in the first half? Like, did they score more than 3, or was it the 3?
No, I think it was 3.
Right?
I think
And
it
that's
was,
against Kansas City has a horrible defense.
yeah.
So now the Rams, I think, are just going to do that to them the whole game. I don't see
Yeah.
Cincy scoring that many points, but at the same time, I can see the Rams being the Rams and doing what they
Dude,
did.
the
How
Rams
many
could
years
have
ago in the
the
Super
Rams
Bowl?
put up against the Patriots.
Yeah, and
dude,
it's going to be like a
10
13 to
It
7
was a
game.
10-3 final. Like that is the worst Super Bowl that there ever was. Like
Yeah.
that was terrible. But
I spent
dude,
more time looking at the dip for the chips than the game.
Yeah.
That game was boring.
I just think this Rams team they could put up 35 themselves. That's why I like
Okay,
I
they
like the
could. They
over
got a
at
legit
43.
quarterback.
They
now.
got a legit
that's,
Cooper Kupp
on
and
paper,
OBJ.
That's the best team
Yeah.
in the NFL.
Yeah.
On
You got
paper.
Matt Stafford, stud, and then you go to their running backs. You got Cam Akers and Sonny Michel. Plus they have Henderson too, who all year was their
Yeah.
number 1.
Yeah,
Fantasy.
and imagine imagine like Van Jefferson. He doesn't really have that big of a part, but if
What
Robert
happened?
Woods doesn't get hurt, That's a three-headed monster in the freaking
Yeah,
wide
but
receivers.
you don't know if they get OBJ.
Well, that's another thing. That's what I was thinking too. If he doesn't get hurt, they probably don't go
And
after
then
him. But
he probably goes to the Packers, and the Packers are there, and not the Rams.
Alright.
Hold on. What was I? I was gonna say something about what's his name? Not wide receiver, tight end for the Rams. We know if he was really injured. Like remember last week he came out of the game. I don't remember
that
if
was
he
the
came back.
Bengals, wasn't
No.
it? Higby?
Yeah,
Higby
Higbee.
for the Rams? Because
Yeah.
I know
He got hurt. I don't know if it was the whole
Azuma
game.
for the Bengals came out, and then he came back at halftime on like crutches. So it's not looking good for him to play, as for what I know. But I mean, I'm taking the Rams minus 4.5.
I say you give a quick rundown. We'll go in a row. Quick rundown on what you think for the Super Bowl. Like a quick rundown on what you like and all that,
So
and
final
why.
score prediction.
and
Yeah.
then just who you think will win.
All right. So I think with how bad the Bengals O-line is and how good the Rams defense is, I think Joe Burrow might get eaten alive a little bit, but I think he'll come out in the second half, make adjustments like he has been, score some points. I'm looking at a 28-20 LA Rams over Cincinnati Bengals. Rams win.
Okay.
That's nice. I was actually gonna say that. Even though I just said before that the Rams defense, like as good as it is, I think Joe Burrow is gonna come out and play well. I do still see the Rams winning though. I think it's gonna be high scoring. I'm gonna go 34-28.
We'll see.
Rams.
Okay. So I'm right around the same boat as you. I mean, since we started this, Rams minus 4.5. I love that. And I love the over. I mean, like I said, I don't think the Bengals defense will hold on as good as the Rams defense, but the Bengals still put up points. I'm going Rams 35, Bengals 24.
I literally have the same. I shit you not. I literally have the same exact score as Joey. I just genuinely think, like, that Bengals line. Okay, you stop Darnold, you got fucking Von Miller to worry about.
Oh yeah.
Like it's gonna be one or the other, and it's gonna be so rough for him. And dude, I don't think Eli Apple's stopping OBJ. I think OBJ wants to burn this.
Yeah.
Oh,
motherfucker.
He's going
absolutely.
to.
And even like
Former teammates.
it's Cooper
Oh,
Kupp
yeah.
or OBJ, either or. He's not touching them.
Exactly.
Like, not even close.
I think OBJ wants to go off
Yeah.
and get himself a ring and wants to embarrass Eli Apple.
And I think he will get the
So,
ring. Absolutely.
I'm literally taking the exact same score. Rams.
All right. I mean, heard it here first. We're all taking the Rams.
We're
So
all
Fucking
riding
lock it.
Rams.
take
all
the
riding
Bengals.
minus
Take the
4.5.
Bengals.
Rams 28-20. That's what I got.
All right. Well, first episode in the dirt.
Gang, gang. See you guys next week.